Hi, I'm Mara Pometti, Associate Design Director at McKinsey as part of Quantum Black, and I like to take my coffee like simple espresso, very Italian, possibly macchiato.
Hi, I'm Mohamed Abusaid, Associate Partner in Quantum Black and McKinsey and a Senior Solution Architect. And I like my coffee black, either a long black or a double espresso. One of the ways we came up with to help companies and the clients and the organizations we serve, think about it, is there's three ways that LLMs are being used today. We've got what we call takers, ones that we call the shapers, and then ones we call the makers. And the kind of difference between them is if you think of the takers are anybody who is able to subscribe to a service like OpenAI or Cohere or Bard and simply plug in their UI and some prompt and be able to just use it off the hook. They don't need their own data. They simply need a prompt of some type and some context to feed into it, and you're up and running. And this is where you see a lot of the startups are trying to occupy this space where, with some user input, I should be able to derive something, whether it's information extraction or something basic.
For example, this would be like when I'm using Notion and I hit the AI function and I say write this poorly written paragraph, make it look beautiful and write it much better than I could do.
Exactly, yeah. Regardless of how much other information it had about you, the output would look very similar because it's purely using its, let's say, skill in writing nicely worded, confident sentences to produce an output for you, or whatever mood you decided to.
You said confident. I like that, but we can get back to that whole idea of the confidence that it had. And so these are the takers, right? This is
exactly.
The takers. Okay.
And this is this is the most popular. Then you got the shapers, and the shapers paradigm is saying that, you will need these services or some of the open source models and so on, but you want to add extra content, extra components to actually deliver a much more complex solution. Whether it is you have a large knowledge that you'd want to create embeddings for to be able to retrieve from in order to pass further context that the user doesn't have when they prompt you, or whether you actually have a model that you want to refine a little bit. Simply, it's instructional, but it doesn't know how to do cooking instructions. It knows how to extract information, but it doesn't know how to extract information out of a plane ticket. And so that is primarily saying we can build on the shoulders of the existing services and giants, but we'll be able to add extra knowledge or extra pre-processing on top of that to assist in creating a more sophisticated use case.
So that's anything using like a vector database, and a classic example of this is like talk to your data. If you have some knowledge augmentation, or if you want to figure out what's going on in Jira and you've set up some kind of way to navigate that with a chatbot, then that would be an example of a shaper.
Exactly. It's like I have this huge corpus in my Confluence in all of my docs. It takes me hours to find. Can I just process all of my knowledge base so that my users now can simply query it like they do with ChatGPT?
Yeah. Okay.
And in here, you bring in your own data, you bring in your own proprietary stuff. And then finally, you've got the makers, which is the least popular, but it's good to define. And it's important to define because sometimes organizations jump to do that. They want to do that straight away, which is, I want to build my own model. I am not satisfied with the status quo. I would like to build something from scratch, whether it is because they want to create a new competing thing, or whether they believe what's available in the market is not good enough, or the licensing offering is a huge complex haywire that we can go into of, what's mine, what's not, what's my IP in the long term on it. But the objective there is building your own.